Hello, dear friends and my dear student. Myself, Pawan Kumar Wankhade, Department of Pharmacology, going to deliver a lecture on topic neurotransmitter. So, what do you mean by first neurotransmitter? So, simply neuro means neuron and transmitter means transmit. So, it is a chemical which transmit the impulses from one neuron to the another neuron. So, it is called as the neurotransmitter. Example is adrenaline, acetylcholine, gamma aminobutyric acid, histamine. These are called as the neurotransmitters. Why there is a need of study of neurotransmitter? Because the level of neurotransmitter in some disease condition or in pathophysiology of some disease condition, it is increase or decrease. So hence it is important to know the neurotransmitter. So first we'll see this is called as the chemical synapse. You will see this is the presynaptic cell, this is the postsynaptic cell. In the larger view we can see this is called as the neurohumoral transmission. It is occurring in both central nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. This is called as the chemical synapse. So these are the in this there is the different steps which occur in the biosynthesis, storage and release of various neurotransmitter. The first steps, it is the impulse conduction. What happen in impulse conduction? There is a depolarization is occur. So what do you mean by depolarization? There is a entry of sodium channels. There is an entry of sodium channels and entry of sodium channel is occur, and it causes the depolarization, and potassium it is out. Now the second step, it is the biosynthesis. Now biosynthesis of neurotransmitter, it is biosynthesis and storage. It is occur in the synaptic vesicle. So all the neurotransmitter are stored in the synaptic vesicle. After that there is a release of neurotransmitter. For the release of neurotransmitter, it requires the calcium. After the entry of calcium, it causes the exocytosis of neurotransmitter. So what do you mean by exocytosis? Exocytosis nothing but it is the release of neurotransmitter from synaptic vesicle into the synaptic cleft. So called as the exocytosis, means it is out from the synaptic vesicle. This calcium, it is fluidize this synaptic membrane, synaptic vesicle, and all the neurotransmitter are stored in the are released in the synaptic cleft. After the neurotransmitter are released in the synaptic cleft, it act on the postsynaptic membrane. The postsynaptic membrane in which it act and it gives the response. So these are the different steps which occur in the neurohumoral transmission. Understand, the first one, it is the impulse conduction. Second, it is the storage of neurotransmitter. Third, it is the release of neurotransmitter. And fourth, it act on the postsynaptic membrane and it gives the action. This is the one example. This is the neurotransmitter. If the example, it is the gamma aminobutyric acid. If it is example, it is the acetylcholine. It act on its receptor and it releases the sodium ion. It causes the depolarization. So this is called as the neurohumoral transmission in the CNS. Now next one, again it is the simplified diagram of neurohumoral transmission. Again, this is the synaptic vesicle, this is the postsynaptic membrane, this is the synaptic cleft. These are the various steps in the neurohumoral transmission. Again, this is the I told about the action potential, means impulse conduction. Then is the storage of neurotransmitter and release of neurotransmitter. They act on its postsynaptic membrane. Now next one thing, it is called as the reuptake mechanism. In the reuptake mechanism, the neurotransmitter, again it is taken up by the presynaptic neuron. And hence it is called as the reuptake mechanism. When the neurotransmitter as goes into the synaptic cleft, it is either reuptake or it is degraded or metabolized by some enzyme which is present in the synaptic cleft. Some enzyme are the monoamino oxidase enzyme or catechol O methyltransferase enzyme. After the release of this neurotransmitter, it acts on the ion channel. Now this ion depending on the receptor, if it is a ligand gated ion channel receptor, this ion channel it is open, and depending on its ion it is open, it causes depolarization or repolarization or hyperpolarization. If it is sodium channel is open, it causes the depolarization. Now see in the next slide we will see what are the properties of the neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter, it is synthesized in the presynaptic neuron, as we see in the this before slide. All the neurotransmitters are synthesized in the presynaptic neuron. It is localized in the presynaptic neuron. It is released from the presynaptic neuron under the physiological condition, rapidly removed from the synaptic cleft by uptake or degradation. As we will explain in the earlier slide, the neurotransmitter, it is either reuptake or it is degraded by the various enzyme. Presence of receptor on the postsynaptic membrane, and last one is the binding of receptor to elicit the physiological response. So these are called as the properties of the neurotransmitter. Now see the types of response of postsynaptic membrane. Now the neurotransmitter, some are the excitatory and some are the inhibitory. So first we see the excitatory postsynaptic potential, and it causes by the depolarization, and the inhibitory postsynaptic potential, it is caused by the hyperpolarization. So some neurotransmitter are the excitatory neurotransmitter and some are the inhibitory neurotransmitter. For example, noradrenaline releases it causes the sodium channel is open and it causes the depolarization, and if gamma aminobutyric acid, it open the chloride channel, is negative channel, and it causes the hyperpolarization. These are the some neurotransmitter in the nervous system. I told in the before slide, some are excitatory neurotransmitter and some are the inhibitory neurotransmitter. Now first it is the example, it is the acetylcholine, aspartate, dopamine, histamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine, glutamate, serotonin. These are called as the excitatory neurotransmitter, means function it is the excitatory in nature, and some are the inhibitory neurotransmitter. Example are GABA, means gamma aminobutyric acid, and glycine. These are called as the inhibitory neurotransmitter. Now see in the next slide we will see the classification of the neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter are classified into the amine, amino acid, and neuroactive peptide. The amine neurotransmitter are acetylcholine, dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, histamine, and epinephrine. These are the various important neurotransmitter which are the amine types. Now second, it is the amino acid. It is the gamma aminobutyric acid and glycine and glutamate and aspartate. These are the amino acid neurotransmitter. And third, it is the neuroactive peptide. Some neuroactive peptides are also a neurotransmitter, such as bradykinin, which is a vasodilator, beta endorphin. Beta endorphin, it is the pain, it is involved in the pain. Enkephalin, again involved in the pain. Substance P, again involved in the pain. Gastrin, secretin, oxytocin, somatostatin, growth hormone inhibitor. Prolactin, galanin, growth hormone releasing hormone. Calcitonin is insulin, glucagon, vasopressin, angiotensin 2, which is the vasoconstrictor substances. Neuropeptide Y. These are the example of neuroactive peptides. And last classification, it is the soluble classes, in which it is the nitric oxide, again it is the vasodilator, and carbon monoxide. Now we'll see the first is the biosynthesis, storage and release of some adrenaline and noradrenaline, or it is called as the catecholamine. Steps are generally same as we'll see in the previous slide, the neurohumoral transmission in the various neurotransmitter. Now the first step, the biosynthesis, it is starting material for biosynthesis, it is the tyrosine, which is converted into the L-dopa, then it is converted into the dopamine, and dopamine after that it converted into the adrenaline and the noradrenaline. So again step are the same. First it is the impulse conduction, in which the sodium is entered and it causes the depolarization. Now the neurotransmitter are stored in the synaptic cleft, and after the entry of calcium it is released into the synaptic cleft, and it act on the postsynaptic receptor. Again next same mechanism, after the in the that of the synaptic cleft, it act on the postsynaptic membrane. Some are again taken up by the presynaptic membrane called as the reuptake mechanism, and some are broken down by the various enzymes such as monoamino oxidase enzyme and catechol O methyl transferase enzyme. So this is called as the biosynthesis, storage and release of catecholamine, or for example adrenaline and the noradrenaline. So why this is important? Because most in the most of the drug are inhibited, means example some in the depression you have to inhibit the in depression there is a neurotransmitter level are increase or decrease, and depending on that you have to given the drugs. Now next it is the biosynthesis of acetylcholine. Again the steps are same. First it is the impulse conduction, then the neurotransmitter are stored in the synaptic vesicle. Now the starting material for biosynthesis of acetylcholine is acetyl coenzyme A plus choline. It converted into the acetylcholine. Now acetylcholine again by entry of calcium is released, and it releases the acetylcholine, and it act on the postsynaptic membrane. Now this is the enzyme called as the cholinesterase, acetylcholinesterase enzyme, which causes the breakdown of acetylcholine into choline plus acetate. So again the steps are same. Again this is called as the reuptake mechanism, in which the choline it is again transferred into the presynaptic neuron. Now this acetylcholine is act on the its receptor. The receptor, as you know, the acetylcholine receptor are the two types: cholinergic receptor and the nicotinic receptor. Depending on its receptor, it gives its actions. Now we'll see the neurotransmitter molecule and where it is derived from and the site of synthesis. In the various GPAT examination, the biosynthetic material it is asked in the examination. So acetylcholine it is derived from the choline, and site of synthesis it is the CNS and the parasympathetic nerve. Now second neurotransmitter it is serotonin, also it is called as the 5-hydroxytryptamine. It is derived from starting material, it is the tryptophan, and site of synthesis it is CNS, chromaffin cell of the gut and enteric cells. Now gamma aminobutyric acid, again it is derived from glutamate, and site of synthesis it is the CNS. Again next neurotransmitter is histamine, it is derived from histidine, and at site of synthesis it is the hypothalamus. Now next is the epinephrine, it is derived from tyrosine, and it is present site of synthesis it is adrenal medulla and some CNS cell. Noradrenaline it is derived from tyrosine, and site of synthesis it is CNS and sympathetic nerve. Next neurotransmitter it is dopamine, it is derived from again the tyrosine. All three are the catecholamines, and hence derived from the same derived from it is starting material it is the tyrosine. Again it is present in the site of synthesis in the CNS. Again nitric oxide it is derived from the arginine, and it is present in CNS and the gastrointestinal tract. So in this slide we will see the neurotransmitter and where it is derived from and the site of synthesis. Next important slide, it is the various neurotransmitter and what are their functions. The first one, it is the acetylcholine. Acetylcholine, it is post-synaptic effect, it is excitatory, means it is an excitatory neurotransmitter. Its post-synaptic receptor are the nicotinic receptor and the muscarinic receptor. As you must know these are the two different types of receptor, muscarinic receptor and the nicotinic receptor. Muscarinic receptor again divide into the 5 types: M1, M2, M3, M4 and M5. And nicotinic receptor, depending on its location, it is divided into the NM and the NN type. Now, what is the function of acetylcholine? Acetylcholine function, it is the cognitive function that is in the memory. As such that from this data, we can say that in which disease it is involved. The acetylcholine level, it is decreases in the Alzheimer's disease. So what do you mean by first Alzheimer's disease? In the Alzheimer's disease, there is a level of acetylcholine. It is decreases in the acetylcholine. In this, hence it is called as the cognitive function on the memory. Hence you have to give the drug which increases the level of the acetylcholine in the disease of Alzheimer's disease. Now next neurotransmitter, it is the catecholamine, or it is called as the epinephrine, or it is called as the adrenaline. In some cases it is excitatory and some cases it is inhibitory in nature. It has the 2 types of receptor, alpha receptor and the beta receptor. Alpha receptor again classified into the alpha 1 and alpha 2 types, and beta receptor again classified into the beta 1, beta 2 and the beta 3 types. Now, what are the function of catecholamine, adrenaline and the adrenaline? It is the fight or flight response. In the Marathi it is called लढा, त्याच्यासोबत लढा किंवा तिथून पळून जा. So it is called as the fight or flight response. For example, if you see the tiger in front of you, you are running. You are running from that of the tiger. So it is called as the fight or flight response. So it is effect on the heart and the blood pressure. Noradrenaline control the attention and the arousal. Attention and the arousal is controlled by the noradrenaline. Again, in the depression, there is a level of noradrenaline. It is decreases in the level in the noradrenaline level. It is decreases in the depression. So in the depression, you have to increase the noradrenaline level to treat the depression. Now next neurotransmitter, it is the dopamine. It is the excitatory neurotransmitter. Types of receptor, it is the D1, D2, D3, D4 and the D5 receptor. Now what is the function of neurotransmitter dopamine? Dopamine which is there is a in the Parkinson's disease, there is a dopamine level decrease in the Parkinson's disease. And in the schizophrenia, means it is a mental disorder in which there is an increase in the dopamine concentration. It is increases in the schizophrenia. So it is again the various important neurotransmitter in which various pathogenesis of various disease it is occur. So in the treatment of Parkinson's disease, you have to give the dopamine agonist drug to increase the level of the dopamine. And in case of schizophrenia, the dopamine level it is increases, and hence you have to give the dopamine antagonist to treat the schizophrenia. So next neurotransmitter, it is the serotonin. Again it is the excitatory effect. This again various types of receptor. There is a various potent subtypes of receptor it is present. Most importantly, it is the 5-HT1, 2 and 3 receptor. Up to the 5-HT7 receptor it is present. function of this serotonin, it is the mood control. Again, it is important in the pathogenesis of depression. Again, it is seen that in the depression the level of serotonin it is decreases. Again, it is important regulator in the sleep, pain, feeling, temperature, blood pressure, and the hormonal activity. So the level of serotonin it is decreases in the depression. Hence, you have to use the level it is decreased in the depression. And also important role in the emesis, because 5-HT3 receptor it is involved in the emesis. If you block the 5-HT receptor, such as ondansetron drug, which are used in treatment of the antiemetic drug. Now next neurotransmitter is the histamine, which is excitatory in nature. 3 types of receptor, H1, H2, and S3 receptor. Now various important functions are arousal, pain threshold, blood pressure, blood flow, control, gut secretion, allergic reaction. These are the important neurotransmitter function of the histamine. Histamine, it is the autocoid, again, which is important. Types of receptor such as H1 is involved in the allergic reaction, H2 are involved in the acidity. Hence, to treat the allergic reaction you have to use the H1 antagonist, and to treat the acidity you have to use the S2 antagonist drug. Hence, various in the disease condition, histamine it is the it is important inflammatory mediator also. Now next neurotransmitter, it is the glutamate, which is excitatory in nature. Inotropic and the metabotropic receptor. Inotropic means which open the ion channel, and metabotropic means it is the G protein coupled receptor. These are the 3 types of glutamate receptor: NMDA, N-methyl deaspartate, AMPA, and the kainate receptor. What is the function of glutamate? The function of glutamate is long-term potentiation involved in the memory and learning by causing calcium influx. So it is important in the memory and learning. Now next very important neurotransmitter is the gamma aminobutyric acid. It is called as the major inflammatory. It is called as a major inhibitory neurotransmitter present in the CNS. Type of receptor, it is the GABA A receptor, GABA B receptor, and the GABA C receptor. Now GABA A receptor, it causes the opening of chloride ion channel, and it causes the hyperpolarization. Gamma aminobutyric acid are involved in various diseases, such as it is in the epilepsy. It also pathological role in the anxiety occur. And in case of the it also causes important in the sleep also. It also causes the sedation. And these modulator drug are useful in the treatment of epilepsy, sedative, and hypnotic drugs. So these are the very important neurotransmitter called as the gamma aminobutyric acid. Now next, again it is the next neurotransmitter is the glycine, which is again the inhibitory in nature. Again it open the chloride channel. Again it is the inhibitory transmitted found in the ventral spinal cord. So this is the structure of the GABA A receptor. Now what happened in the GABA receptor A receptor, it is the ligand gated ion channel receptor. So what do you mean by first ligand gated? Ligand means it is the chemical, gated ion channel. So when the GABA is bound with the GABA A receptor, it open the chloride channel. The chloride channel, it causes the hyperpolarization. When it is hyperpolarized cell, it is the not active cell, and hence it causes the sedation and the depression. It is occur by opening of the chloride ion channel. So you must know about what done by depolarization, hyperpolarization, and repolarization. In case of hyperpolarization, the because of chloride channel is open, more negative ions are entered, and hence it causes the hyperpolarized cell. The hyperpolarized cell, it is the does not active cell, and it causes the sedation and the depression. Now this is called as the GABA B receptor. GABA B receptor, it is the it is a G protein coupled receptor, is 7 heptical structure. Now GABA B receptor, when it is act on the when GABA is act on the GABA B receptor, uh, 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 it activated the adenyl cyclase enzyme. These are various subunits alpha, beta, and gamma. It activated the adenyl cyclase enzyme. After the activation of the adenyl cyclase enzyme, it increases the level of the cyclic AMP. Now after the cyclic AMP level it increases the release of calcium, and it causes the calcium, it causes the contractility, it is increases. Now now next slide, it is the glycine neurotransmitter. It is the again the inhibitory neurotransmitter. It is simplest of all amino acid, consisting of amino group carboxyl attached to the carbon atom. It is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. It binds with the receptor and the most postsynaptic membrane permeable to chloride ion and causes hyperpolarization. Just like the GABA, it has the action. It opens the chloride channel and causes the hyperpolarization. It is found in the ventral part of the spinal cord. Strychnine, it is the it is the glycine antagonist drug. Now next, it is the glutamate. Again, it is found neurotransmitter in the brain. It is always excitatory neurotransmitter. Glutamate is formed during the Krebs cycle for alpha glutoglutarate. Glutamate, it is carried into the astrocyte, where it is converted into the glutamine and pass on the glutaminergic neuron. So this is the basic regarding the neurotransmitter. So why the neurotransmitter study it is important, because I have already explained in the various disease and the disorder, the neurotransmitter level, it is increase or decrease. For example, in the noradrenaline, in the depression, the noradrenaline level, it is decreases. In case of again serotonin level, it is decreases in the depression. GABA aminobutyric acid, the level of GABA, it is decreases in the epilepsy. So these are the various neurotransmitter, and there is a various role in the pathogenesis of various disease and the disorder. Thank you.